Hey guys, how you doing? Today I am going to be replacing the diff in my Plan B, my 46, and I have got a fresh one here that needs welded. So today I am going to show you how I go about welding a diff. If you are going to weld a diff, first thing you're going to need, welder, then a diff. And then I've got some metal to put in here, so we can put some metal in there. Now, when I've bought a diff, welded, and so this is the reason I'm doing my own ones, because I've done a few before, but I was kind of pushed for time, and I was like, all right, I'll just buy a welded one. And I thought, you know what, I'm going to open that up just to see what it's like. Now, if you buy a welded diff, it's easy to test it's welded, but you don't know how well it's been welded. The one I bought, and we'll try and put the image of it in here, to the bit of metal that you would put in between the little gears, it was a wheel stud. And somebody just dumped it in and welded around it. It was a mess, absolute mess. So I'm just going to show you the way I do it. I think it's a pretty good way. It's not difficult, but I'll just run you through it. So first thing I need to do is I need to clean all this out. So I'll go get some cleaner and start cleaning it out. So to clean this out, what I'm just going to use is brake cleaner. I buy these big bottles of the stuff and then put it in these little handy spray things, and they end up, your brake cleaner lasts way longer. It's a lot cheaper than the aerosol ones. Lasts way longer, so just give this a spray, and as I'm going, just need to, like, when it's sitting like that, you just need to kind of turn it so the gears turn, and then you can just get in and around to make sure that everything's nice and clean. Try and get rid of it. It's like all just coming off, all that black stuff just disappears. Alright, keep going with this, and then try and drain it all off. I need to want it as clean as possible so we can get a decent penetration on all the bits we're going to weld. So the other thing I'm just using is just get a toothbrush, just get it in there and basically clean up as much as possible. Then give it another little spray, just try and get rid of everything. And then I'm going to empty out all the brake cleaner. I see welded with all that in there, quite a big bang. I don't want that. The next thing I'm doing is I want to put these back in. Now, this one's partly in, but the reason I want to do that is I want to push them in so they're just coming out of that gear, not completely in, but just enough. So the reason for that is that when you weld weld in there's going to be a little bit of slag in that falls in, but if you push them all the way in, you can end up with little bits of weld like right on the tip here. So if you get the little bit of weld right on the tip there, it means if you ever need to take these out, you can't pull them out because they get jammed. So if you just put them in, so they're just like on the edge here, so they just popped out enough that no slag can kind of fall on the end bit. Then you should end up with that you can take them out and you don't get any bits of slag sitting in the splines there. There you go. Now that, if you put it in too far, because then that'll click and you won't be able to get it back out. Like I can actually literally just pull that and it'll come out just with my hand. So that's a good kind of distance. Right, to stop all the slag and that getting about, all the spray off the welder, I just put this bit of wet rag, just run under the tap, and just put it in here just to try and cover up the bits I don't want to get slag on. So I don't want there to get anything up there. So it's going to hit that first, and it's wet, so it shouldn't shouldn't really cause any issues. Then also it stops anything falling down, or not anything, but it stops some of it anyway. Right, so now it's time to weld it, and where I'm going to be welding to start with is I want to weld those 4 gears together. So I'm going to put a weld in each corner. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and then get all these gears welded together, and then I'm going to get a bit of plate, put it in here, and then weld around it. So there you go, that's the start of it. So welding there, welding that corner too. Oh, can you see it now? Yeah. A weld there, and then another weld in that corner. So that's all the teeth. So now I'm going to flip it over and weld the other side. So that is this side welded too. Now, what you might find is if you weld it and then you're trying to turn over, the diff will it'd heat up and it'll expand, which can make it a bit difficult to turn round. So you can just wait for it to cool down a bit and do it, but it's just a bit of effort and it normally turns round. So next thing I need to do is I need to fill the gap in the middle there. I'm going to cut a bit of metal and then weld that in. So I'll cut that now. So now we're welded up on both sides. I need to put some little bits of metal. And these little bits of metal, so first of all, see, they're not square. They're kind of they're curved in there and there, and that's just because they don't sit properly if they're flat. So see that it sits in there nice and curved. So because the curve of these teeth mean you need to curve the metal in. So what we've got is 2 plates like that. So they are, I think, what are they? I've got my verniers here. They are, there you go, like 3 or 4 mil thick. Yeah, 3 mil. So it's 3 mil thick. If you can get thicker, that would be good. If you're doing a BMW small case diff, this is the size of the bit of metal you need. Lengthwise, that's like 50 mil. Widthwise, that is, where are we? Widthwise, that is 30 mil. Right, now time to weld that in. Now, all you do from here is just weld it in all the way around. What I'll do is I'll weld a bit on each end because I don't want it to flex, because you are really heating it up. So I'll weld it there, and then I'll weld it there, and then I'll weld the one length, then the next, and then blast the rest of it. Right. So that is it. I've just finished welding it, and you can see all the smoke coming up there. So it's going to be really hot now. So you need to let it cool down. With it being hot, all the metal will have expanded, so it's not going to be that easy to turn around. It might bind a wee bit. So just let it cool. Take a bit of time, let all the metal cure, and then clean it. Like, there's loads of, like, you get all as you can see, I'm not a brilliant welder, but that's not going to be breaking. But still lots of kind of like bits in there, so I need to give it a good clean and make sure that if there is anything kicking about in there, I get it out. So I need to be flushed out a wee bit, and so I'll let it cool and clean it up. So it's almost there. I'm just going around it with this just to clean up all the dirt that was in there. It's just literally going and then see all the tiny little bits of splatter and things. So what I'm trying to do is just pick them off, anything that's loose, and just giving it like a decent scrape. So anything that is loose, if it will focus, will come off, and then it'll fall down into the bottom, and then I can clean that out. So just to try and have as little stuff in here. If you're a better welder, you wouldn't have had all this crap, but I'm not. So last thing I've been doing is just checking to make sure these cups can come out. So they're not making sure they've not got any welds on the inside that's jamming them in case they ever snap when I'm at the track, and I just need to get those out. So I'm just going to knock these back in, and then I've just been spraying a bit more cleaner in there, and just you can see I've sort of dislodged a couple of little bits of metal, so it's time to just get that out and then fill it with oil. So just when I'm checking this, just to make it a little bit easier to turn, what I've done is I put like a couple of bolts in here, and then I've just got like a bar, and just putting that in there, and then you've got a nice big long bar, and in theory that'll turn it nicely. It's a little bit easier when you've got two hands, but just jam it in there, and then that allows you to turn and make sure you've got no metal in those bad boys. Now that is all the nasty shit that's come out of there from just like the weld, so all that would be well bad for your, that would cause massive problem. You get all jammed up in your nice beautifully new welded, and then you blow up and think then you have to lie in the dirt and try and fix it, all because you just didn't clean that out. So clean that shit out. So it's just getting filled up with some 80-90 stuff, cheap, had lying around. I think they say about a litre and a half, so I'm just going to see how it goes. So what I've done as well, just cleaned up the surfaces, and cleaned up the surface here as well, and the inside of here, and then I'll just use some silicone sealant around there instead of the gasket. There was a gasket, I've taken it all off, so time to fill the bad boy up. Oh, there's not much in here. Woo! Or click, 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 click. It's like Slimer. I had about a litre and a half in there. It's now just time to put that on. Sealant on. Just using this Loctite stuff, the grey things. It's good. Oil resistant. Hey, that. And there. Here we go. Which I guess no one wheel peel anymore. Both spinning. Spins way better as well once you've got some nice fluid in it too. So guys, that's how I weld up a diff. I'm sure there's other ways of doing it, but that's worked really well for me. I've had most of the times I've ever had a diff fail, it's not been the welds, it's been the gears inside them that have given way. If anyone has any tips, like put them in the comments, that'd be great. Like even like how to stop getting those little tiny bits. If somebody knows what I'm doing wrong, that means I'm getting those little tiny splatters, then let me know. So with that dickhead Mr. Coronavirus trying to ravage the world and kill all the old people, I'm going to be held up in my lockup for like God knows how long now. Do some more videos. Do some videos of all the crap that I've got in here. Try and make some of it work. I don't think any of it works actually. No, none of it works properly at the moment. So there's loads of things in here to play with. I've got some videos coming. I've got some stuff that I had from last year. I think I've got some stuff from Drift Matsuri and Anglesey that I need to get up. I've also, there's a good few Drift My Rides still to come. And I don't know, maybe do some live streaming. If anyone would be interested in watching how rubbish I am at tools, like put a comment in and let me know, and do the like, share and subscribe thing, do all those things, and I'll be seeing you soon, right? Bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye, bye bye.